Week 2 of the counterattack on location. We're here in the Netherlands, joining you today from Woerden, where Team USA is staying. The women have qualified for Rio. We'll tell you all about it on the counterattack next. Hi everyone, Greg Mescall here. Thanks for joining us on the counterattack. We're here in the Netherlands. As you know by now, a very successful trip for the USA women's national team. They've qualified for the Olympic Games, undefeated through pool play, set them up with a nice matchup against France. You probably watched it on NBC Sports Network. It went quite well for Team USA. Let's go to Grovenhovenbad and the highlights on NBC Sports Network. It was a dominant performance for Team USA. We start things off first, Mackenzie Fisher, on what was a huge day for her. She scores Team USA going up 1-0. Moments later, Kylie Nuschel scores from the outside for a 2-0 lead. Mackenzie Fisher made it 3-0. She deals the backhand here for a 4-0 lead. She has a hat trick with 4:28 left in the first quarter. You know where this is going. Up 5-0 to start the second quarter, Maddie Musselman spins free for a goal and a 6-0 advantage. More Fisher action after that, this time Aria Fisher with the first of her 3 goals on a dish from Mel Seidemann for a 7-0 lead. Now up 10-0, Cammie Craig, a force at 2 meters, has a backhand of her own for an 11-0 lead. And we end the half the way we started it, more Mackenzie Fisher scoring for a 12-0 mark at halftime. And as the second half gets started, visions of Rio are becoming clearer by the minute. Ipanema Copacabana now up 13-0. It's Maggie Steffens with one of her 4 goals for a 14-0 lead. And now 16-0 in the fourth quarter. Take us home, Fisher sisters. Here's Aria to make it 17-0. Back to Mackenzie, 18-0. And Aria closes things out with 2:45 to play in the fourth. And it's 19-0 USA. That's your final. And it's official. Team USA heading to the Olympic Games, where they'll have the chance to defend their Olympic gold medal. A celebration in the water for all 13 athletes. Afterwards, we talked with goalkeeper Ashley Johnson, Maggie Steffens, and head coach Adam Krikorian on the huge victory.
It feels great. We've worked so hard for this. We've been practicing for, I don't know how long, it feels like 20 years. We're finally getting to go to the Olympics. I was clenching my fist for the last 2 minutes of that game. I was just like, I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go. We're going!
I'm so excited. I am so eager to achieve this dream with all these girls. The best part of this day has been looking at my teammates' eyes in the pool, giving a hug and just saying, you're gonna be an Olympian. I mean, that is the dream for all of us, and we did it together. So it's how to get to the Olympics. We needed to show up, and that's what this team is about, getting the job done. And you know, we have a big dream and we wanted to fulfill it together, and we did that. So
it was great. You know, maybe a little anticlimactic because of the score of the game, but yeah, I think, I don't know, for a coach it's always a little different. When you come to the conclusion of something, it's sometimes you just want to find a corner and be by yourself. Kind of feel like that right now. It's been a long process, and like you said, we've been thinking about this for the last 3 years, and we put in a lot of hard work over the last 7 or 8 months to prepare for this moment. And I'm so proud of the team and their professionalism, their preparation, and it showed here. Just, you know, the work that they put in. Well, it starts with our preparation. It starts with the work that we put in, going back to last May when we first kind of all came together. And that's one thing. We have a talented group. There's no doubt about it. But the work that we put in, I think is sometimes undervalued. And that work and that preparation gave us the confidence and the ability and the skills to be able to perform in crunch time, and that's what we did this week. I'm thankful we won, you know, mostly because I get an opportunity to coach them again for another 4 months. So I look forward to the next 4 months.
Now, after the qualifying, Team USA did advance in the qualification tournament. We'll have highlights of that next week on the counterattack to see how they did, reaching the gold medal final here in Holland. From there, we turn to college scores and college action. It was a huge weekend in the NCAA ranks. 3 different games were televised on the Pac-12 network this past weekend. Let's get you to the highlights, and we'll start things off first with a close affair between UCLA and Cal.
Victory for the Bruins this evening at Cal, 4-3 over the Golden Bears in what was a hotly contested affair. Very good defense on both sides, and we'll start with Cal and what they were able to do defensively.
Well, this was a defensive masterpiece at both ends. I mean, Cal did a great job of locking people down. They came out in a hard press and sustained that over the course of the game. They were able to take UCLA out of their game and really dictated the tempo for the first half and for most of the fourth quarter. But the Bruins were able to break through a little bit in the third quarter with a couple of natural goals and turn things around. What I love to see out of both these teams was the goalie play. The goalies working so beautifully with the defense in front of them and able to make the saves they needed to, not by really standing on their heads, but just being in the right spot in the right place with their hands light.
A great game here at Cal. 4-3 your final. Alex Musselman with 8 saves. Carla Correga's 2 goals not enough. She now has 48 on the season. And UCLA getting goals from 4 different players. Final from the farm, Stanford 8, Arizona State 5 in this MPSF Women's Water Polo Conference affair. Kevin Dan alongside Chris Dorst, and Julia Herman had a great day in cage for the Cardinal.
Well, it was really the intimidating Stanford team defense anchored by Julia Herman. You know, Julia has been so good about working with the defenders in front of her. Yes, she had 9 field blocks over the course of the game, but it was her communication and her ability to work with them that really set the tone early on.
And how about Jamie Neuschel?
Well, Jamie Neuschel we talked about at the beginning of the game, where she just does everything. You know, she's not just the leading scorer of the team, but she's so clever about where passes go. It's not just distributing the ball to the right person, but putting it in a place where they can do something with it. There are very few people in college now who have that ability that she does. So it's a tremendous effort by Stanford. Great game for everybody, but it's a validation of what Stanford's trying to do defensively and then being opportunistic at the offensive end.
4 assists for Neuschel, 1 goal for Jamie Neuschel, the leading goal scorer on the team. Stanford wins 8-5. So we now have Julia Herman joining us, the Stanford goalkeeper in Arizona State. A good program, but you guys were able to get it done. What did it take this afternoon?
I mean, we knew our personnel and we played as a team. Defensively, we came out strong, and we were there with our field blocks. And although we didn't quite get going initially offensively, we had our looks and, just maintain that patience to get those goals and stay strong through to the end.
Julia, help me understand how you work with them during the course of a game.
Yeah, so field blocks have been something we've really been stressing, and it's just nice to have them in front of me, taking their side, and it just gives me a better idea of where I have to be, and having them in front of me, being strong, and like we said before, it's all about that communication factor, where they know where they have to be and I know where I have to be, and as long as we're on the same page. So yeah, they played great and really stepped in with some amazing field blocks today, saving me multiple times.
Well, Julia, thanks for joining us and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
11-5 victors over the Long Beach State 49ers. In this one, Kevin Ann alongside Chris Dorst on the call, and the Golden Bears holding a very powerful attack to just 5 goals.
Again, this was classic California water polo. Lockdown defense, relentless execution at the defensive end, leading to opportunistic goals at the other end, and frankly, to the big right arm of Carla Correga to carry them through from the offensive standpoint. Correga on fire, but again, as you heard, she was in the right place at the right time. Her teammates got her the ball where she could do some damage. We're able to pass the ball around, create the lanes for her, and she did the rest. And let me tell you, when she does the rest, you know that ball's been on its way. Look at this shot from outside. Man, that came's in a hurry.
Goals on the weekend, Chris, and 4 in this game, 52 on the season. That's a great performance from Carla, who got to take a bit of a breather at the end because Cal had bumped that lead up to 6. 52 for Correga on the season. Emily Laughlin, great day at 2 meters for her. 2 goals as Cal outshot Long Beach State by a 28-20.
Other scores in women's college water polo: UC San Diego beating Cal State Bakersfield 13-7. Bucknell over Mercyhurst 11-4. USC beat San Jose State 11-6, and St. Francis Brooklyn beating Siena 11-8. This past weekend's been all about women's water polo, but next weekend, men's water polo as we turn to National League Week 3 action at Corona Del Mar High School will play host. Game starting at 8 a.m., going all the way to 8 p.m. Admission is free for your chance to come see some of the best in men's water polo. And we'll have live stats of every game via the Fosh, so come on and check it out. As you can tell, things are getting a little windy here in Howdah. From there, we close things out as we do every episode with our social media send-off. And as you might imagine, when a team qualifies for the Olympics, there's a lot to be talked about on social media. Let's jump right into it right here. We start things off first. Rachel Fattal and Maggie Steffens. This is how you break it down after a big-time victory. Some people like salt and pepper. How about Steffens and Fattal? Take a look at this. After that, Adam Krikorian offering on Twitter the main reason he's so happy they won. He gets to keep coaching this team. A lot of love for his squad. Team USA sharing this fun gif of Maggie Steffens after the big victory. And then a really cool thing on social media, other sports athletes and coaches giving Team USA props. First up, volleyball legend as a player and now a coach, Karch Karai. He has some kind words here via his Twitter account. After that, wrestling Olympic champion Jordan Burroughs, one of the best Twitter handles in the game. All I see is gold. He knows what it is to be a champ, and he admits doesn't know much about water polo, but knows 19-0. That's a pretty good score. Multiple-time gold medalist in volleyball, Kerry Walsh-Jennings, excited for Team USA. Tennis player Coco Vandeweghe cheering on the rest of Team USA and supporting their efforts to qualify for Rio. Now some other fun stuff here. John Abdu sharing this video. Here's a cool way to have fun with water polo when you don't have a pool. We should definitely try and get one of these at Junior Olympics or a future national team game. Just seems like a fun way to work on your passing and not being able to stand and move around. Gives you that idea of what it's like to be in a pool. Agua de Mar on Instagram, always sharing beautiful places to play water polo. Here's the latest. From there, Olympic champ Heather Petrie hanging out with a recent Positive Coaching Alliance Triple Impact Award winner. Nice job, Chris, on that victory. Many people tuned in to watch Team USA qualify for Rio. St. Francis Brooklyn Women's Water Polo was one of them as they shared on their Twitter account. Mackenzie Davey, another. When she's not playing water polo, she's watching water polo. That's our kind of person. It was supposed to be a week off of training for the USA men's team. Don't tell Captain Tony Azevedo that. Check him out on the water skis here. That's a new way to stay in shape for water polo. And then one of the funniest things we saw on social media all week long, Tennessee water polo. Sometimes you wonder, why are you subbing with under 45 seconds left in a quarter? They asked the same question here with a funny clip from The Simpsons. And that is the best of what we saw on social media this week for our social media send-off. Don't forget, use the hashtag counterattack. Share the best of what you're seeing online, and we'll share it next week on the show. That's going to do it for 2 weeks here in the Netherlands. We'll be back in the studio next week, and we're signing off now here from Warden. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.